The Witcher 3 Next Gen update, also known as the Complete Edition, has brought ray tracing to the game, but also general graphical improvements, such as longer draw distances of grass, foliage, trees, higher mesh LODs, upscaled textures, and many others. These have come at a debatable cost, however, because although they all look good on paper, the game's experience has been far from perfect, and some are even annoyed by the game's newly introduced graphical glitches. One of the most obvious problems has to do with the rendering of shadows, which seems to have changed significantly and not in a good way. Setting aside the glitches with shadows flickering on building fronts, which is quite a disappointment, I am going to compare the classic cascaded shadow map implementation with the one present in version 4.03. I'll leave out the ray traced shadows, which are significantly different, although not without issue. When I first updated from version 1.32 to the next gen patch, namely 4.03, I adjusted my graphical settings to match between the two, and I immediately noticed something off with the shadows. Previously, I was using the low preset for the shadow quality, as I always found this to be pretty solid and visually fine in 1.32, but in 4.03 Direct 3D 12 mode, this no longer stands. Take a look at just how much blurrier, low resolution the shadows look like in the next gen when compared to the low preset on the classic version. Also, notice the popping and disappearing, which wasn't there, indicant of some changes about shadow cascade distances or some constraints making certain meshes not render on further cascades. Have a look at the shadow from below the stone railing. Notice how it stays there regardless of Geralt's distance in 1.32, while in the next gen it visibly changes from low res to a higher resolution version when standing near it, probably having to do with switching between the first and second cascade, I presume, and then it disappears completely when going further from it. I had to use the Ultra Plus shadow quality preset in next gen to have a smooth experience. Its custom performance is not too big and I had room to spare, but it's a shame that there's a noticeable regression when comparing the same presets as observed with the low one. My expectancy was that each of them should have gotten better with the newer version. By the way, there are still some disadvantages even when using Ultra Plus, like shadows completely disappearing when distancing from objects that were not there in 1.32. This is a clear downgrade in certain situations, and it's simply a shame that these settings haven't gotten the proper care. I really hope that the developers will figure this out and improve on these aspects, as I really think that this new release has its good parts, but its defects make me consider staying on 1.32 a bit longer until they really sort out the issues. See you on the next one, and let me know in the comments what's your opinion about this, how's your experience with the game and with this aspect, if you have tested and encountered it, and anything else you find interesting to discuss about this Witcher Next Gen release.